piece of me, boy. Man, still stuck in this chicken shit outfit.
Hey guys, this is Fuller and welcome back to another new Hearthstone Heroes. I got a lot of requests for this, so this time we're delving into the StarCraft universe, starting off with Raynar, a Terran hero. For the hero theme, I based it heavily around the Terrans in StarCraft. They had a lot of defences and long range units. Once they secured a location, it's typically very difficult to bust through. They also had a lot of cheap infantry type units that are easy to mass up. And lastly, there's the bigger, heavier, late game mechanical units. As for Raynar himself, he was somewhat of a rebel. He commenced a lot of raids on the Dominion. I sneaked some of this in as well. Now then, let's jump straight into the hero. Here's how he'd look in game. You can see he's in his marine armor and looks pretty awesome. You can compare him to the other heroes like Hunter and Rogue, who are also holding weapons. Now for the hero power, I wanted to make something special and tie it into Raynar's theme of being a raider. It is Gunsling. For 2 mana, deal 1 damage to a minion. If it is destroyed, gain 1 mana crystal this turn only. Very similar to Mage's hero power. The kill trigger though potentially gives you some extra momentum and tempo to gain an advantage. The downside is you can only target minions, so you'll never be able to kill the enemy hero with this. Strong in the early game, can trail off into the late game. But I have a special surprise for that, so to speak. Right at the end you'll see. Moving on to the cards and starting with the minions. This one just had to be in there, it's Marine. For 1 mana he's 1/2 with whenever this minion attacks, deal 1 damage to it and gain +2 attack. When you summon him you'll hear this.
Armed and ready.
And when he attacks,
Aye aye, sir.
so he'd be a 3/1 the first time you attacked. After that he wouldn't survive a further stim. Similar to a Worgen Infiltrator in a way that you can assassinate expensive minions, in this case potentially even a free drop. But if you can buff him up, he can deal out a lot of damage over several turns.
Kiss my ass.
Here's my favourite minion, it's Planetary Fortress. For 2 mana it's 0/4 with taunt and adjacent minions have +1/+1. Summoning it, and if you manage to attack, it's an easy way to buff up Marines you play early, and it protects them as well. You can compare it to Direwolf Alpha, it has no damage or attack itself there. Next we have Reaper. For 2 mana he's 1/2 with Charge and Wind Fury. For summoning him,
The Grim Reaper has arrived.
and attacking,
Here comes the pain.
stat wise not brilliant for 2 mana, but he has a lot of combo potential. Goes very well with Planetary Fortress and especially any buff up cards you'll see later on.
I ain't got time to bleed.
On to Marauder. For 3 mana he's 3/4 with whenever this minion is attacked, gain +2 attack. For summoning him,
Kaboom, baby!
for attacking,
Blasting time!
he's a bigger, more defensive version of Marine who can get seriously buffed up. Pretty close to Frothing Berserker, but he's more independent on his own and gets the damage instantly instead of after.
I am so sexy.
This one's interesting, it's Vulture. For 3 mana he's 3/2 with Battlecry, summon a 1/1 Spider Mine. The Spider Mine has stealth and death rattle, deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. For summoning,
Alright, bring it on.
and attacking,
Born to be wild.
pretty similar to a Razorfen Hunter. Vulture is easier to take down though, but his mine has a lot of potential to wreak havoc. You can use it straight away or just leave it in stealth waiting for an opportune time.
Hey, my breath smell like roadkill to you.
Next we have Ghost. For 3 mana he's 4/1 with at the end of your turn gain stealth. When you summon him,
Ghost reporting.
when he attacks,
Never know what hit him.
you can compare him to Jungle Panther. Ghost is weaker but has the benefit of re-stealthing every turn. You can keep attacking the enemy hero this way or take out a strong enemy minion. Either way, any board kill will destroy him instantly.
You have something on your face. Got it.
On to Banshee. For 4 mana she's 4/3 with whenever this minion deals damage, gain 1 mana crystal this turn only. Summoning,
Engine screaming.
attacking,
They ain't getting far.
like a continuous mini innovate, you can use it to keep gaining more tempo, but free health, will it survive?
What is with you monkeys in command?
Next we have Raven. For 4 mana, it's 0/5 with, at the end of your turn, summon a 1/2 auto turret. Auto turrets have, at the start of your turn, deal 1 damage to a random enemy. For summoning,
Raven online.
if you somehow manage to attack,
This vessel will comply.
cross between Hogger and Siege Tank, you can build up the board gradually with lots of auto turrets, taking mini pot shots and wearing down enemies.
Darn, I appear to have Tourette's syndrome.
On to Crucio Siege Tank. For 5 mana, it's 3/5 with, at the end of your turn, deal 2 damage to a random enemy. Summoning him,
Ready to roll out!
and attacking,
It's boom time!
like a mini Ragnaros or a Demolisher, a pretty solid 5-drop, lets you set up a siege line. Don't forget he can attack as well for free.
Man, I just love blowing things up!
Now we're on to the big guys. First it's 4. For 6 mana, he's 4/7 with, whenever this minion damages a minion, deal 2 damage to its adjacent minions. That's the enemy adjacent minions. Summoning,
Thor is here!
attacking,
Eat hot lead!
pretty unique effect. He has a lot of health as well, so hard to take down with spells. Great for wiping out a lot of little minions.
What happened to you, Commander? They got you pushing too many pencils?
There's another must include, it's Battlecruiser. For 6 mana, it's 4/6 with, at the end of your turn, deal 4 damage to the enemy hero. When you summon him,
Who called in the fleet?
and for attacking,
Weapons charged and ready.
so you always get instant value by playing him. You chip away at the enemy's health and get a pretty beefy minion down. A nice mid to late game finisher, especially in rush decks.
I am seeing double. Shoot them both.
For legendaries I made 2, just like the Diablo hero. You can pick which one you think is best. Firstly, it's an old friend, Tychus Finley. For 7 mana, he's 4/8. With, whenever a friendly minion attacks, give your other friendly minions +1 attack. For summoning,
It's about damn time.
for attacking,
Shut up and die.
if you already have some board presence, this effect can be pretty monstrous. It's like a savage raw bloodlust, but it can keep getting stronger and stronger if you're keeping them alive.
I'm a bad man.
The alternative legendary is Nova Terra. For 6 mana, she's 5/5 with, Battlecry, reducing enemy minions' health to 1. When summoning
Failure is never an option.
and attacking,
Initiating assault.
she's like Sylvanas stat-wise and has an instant decent effect. You can finish off any minion with your hero power or a disposable minion. Brilliant for assassinating big minions like Ragnaros, etc.
I can read your mind. Not a lot going on in there.
So which legendary would you choose? Would you go with Tychus or Nova? Dominion or Rebel? Alright, let's go on to the spells. First one up is Fire in the Hole. For 1 mana, choose a character, at the end of your turn, deal 3 damage to it. So slightly more damage than Arcane Bolt and Smite, similar to Arcane Missiles, but you can't clear a taunt and then attack straight away. Next we have Assault. For 2 mana, give a friendly minion +2/+1, and adjacent minions +1/+1. Like a Power of the Wild, the extra damage can help bust through an enemy minion, or simply put pressure on the enemy's life total. This one's really interesting, it's Raiding Party. For 3 mana, deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. Gain 1 mana crystal this turn only for each minion that dies. Similar to Fan of Knives, instead of card draw you can potentially refill your mana and follow it up. Situational, but like your hero power, can give a big tempo boost. On to Combat Shields. For 3 mana, give all your minions with 2 or less health +2 health, and draw a card. A nice counter to board clear spells, especially if you're running a lot of 1 and 2 drops. It even cycles and gets you a card. Next we have Reinforcements. For 4 mana, put 3 marine cards into your hand. With all these mana gaining cards, it's useful to have some 1-drops you can play on any spare mana left over. If not, you can save them up and just swarm the field, especially nice with a Combat Shields. Time for some serious board clear. It is Nuclear Strike. For 6 mana, at the end of your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies. So just like Fire in the Hole, very mana efficient, but you can't instantly wipe out taunts and go for face. More of a setup card for the following turns. On to Crossfire. For just 1 mana, deal 1 damage to a minion for each friendly minion. If you can swarm the field with marines, you can kill just about anything. Numerical supremacy at its best. Next we have 250mm barrage cannons. For 4 mana, deal 6 damage randomly split amongst enemies. Avenging Wrath's little brother. Very nice way to clear the board by turn 4, and just like many of the other spells I've shown you, you can use your hero power to finish off leftovers. On to the last spell, and by far my favourite, it is Warfare. For 3 mana, your hero power becomes Summon a 2/2 Mercenary, if already in Warfare a 3/2 instead. Here's how the hero powers would look respectively. The 3/2 becomes Higher Company. This was the surprise I talked about at the start. You can use it in the mid or late game to start pumping out some serious minions. By this point, Gunsling won't be as useful anyways. I thought it was a nice twist on Shadow Form. Now we have 2 weapons to finish off the hero. The first one is Ghoul's Rifle. For 2 mana, it's 2/3 with, whenever your hero attacks, deal 1 damage to your hero. Very close to Stormforged Axe. Instead of Overload, you take damage though, and with 3 attacks, you're guaranteed to take 3 damage. The other weapon is Experimental Plasma Gun. For 6 mana, it's 1/2 with, destroy any minion damaged by this weapon. Pathetic stats, but you can obliterate virtually any minion. The downside is you have to attack into them, so expect to take a lot of damage. Raynor has no healing cards, so very risky. Alright guys, that's it for a Raynor hero. The question is, who should be next? Let me know in the comments. I'm thinking the Queen of Blades, perhaps even Zeratul, or would you rather someone else? I shall have to start revealing the Hearthstone mod I got planned soon, perhaps a video, a few pictures. But anyways, please leave a like and subscribe if you want. More heroes and cards are on the way. Thanks guys, and see you next time.